In this lesson, we are going to be reviewing the distributive property. So make sure that you write the distributive property down in the topic section of your notes, as well as today's date. This will be page number 3 of Unit A. So when we are working with the distributive property, these are the steps that we need to follow. We want to multiply everything on the inside of the parentheses with the number on the outside of the parentheses. Afterwards, then we're going to combine like terms, just as we did in the previous lesson. Let's try some examples. If we have 3 and in parentheses 2x plus 6, then we need to distribute the 3 to both of the terms that are inside of the parentheses. So we are going to have 3 times the 2x plus 3 times 6. So 3 times 2x is 6x, and 3 times 6 is 18. So 6x plus 18 is the simplified version of 3 and in parentheses 2x plus 6. So now we're going to incorporate some negatives. So we're going to distribute the negative 2 to the m as well as to the negative 3. Keeping in mind that the sign that's in front is what you're distributing it to. So we are going to have negative 2 times m, making sure that when you go back out and get your negative 2, that becomes a minus 2, times what you have in parentheses, and like I said, we need to make sure that that sign comes with it, so times negative 3, and then multiply. So negative 2 times m is going to be negative 2m, and negative 2 times negative 3, so a negative times a negative, will give us a positive 6. These are not like terms, so we can't combine any further. On this next one, we have negative 4 times, we're going to distribute that to the negative 3c and to the positive 1. So negative 4 times negative 3c. Don't forget that we're going back and picking up that negative 4, so minus 4 times, and in this case this is a positive 1, so just multiply that by 1. So negative 4 times negative 3c is going to give us a positive 12c, and negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. These are not like terms, so that's as simplified as that expression can be. On this next one, we are going to distribute the 5 to both terms in the parentheses. So 5 times negative 4y. Going back out to get that 5, and in this case it's a positive 5, so we have to have that plus 5 there, times negative 8. So making sure that we pick up that minus 8 sign. So 5 times negative 4y will give us negative 20y. And 5 times negative 8 is negative 40. Once again, these are not like terms, so we can't simplify that any further. Let's do 2 more. So we have 7, and in parentheses 2w minus 9. So this 7 is going to be distributed to both terms in the parentheses. And then we have another term outside of the parentheses that doesn't get the 7 distributed to it. So we're going to have to bring down that minus 3w and combine like terms. So we're going to have 7 times 2w plus 7 times negative 9 minus 3w. So don't forget to bring that down. So 7 times 2w is 14w. 7 times negative 9 is negative 63. And bringing down our minus 3w. So we should see that we have some like terms. So we have a positive 14w and we have a negative 3w are some like terms that we can combine. So if we have 14w minus 3w, that would give us 11w. And then we don't have any other constants, so we can just bring that down. So 11w minus 63. So making sure that after you distribute that you also combine like terms if possible. Let's try one more. So we have negative 3 and we are distributing that to the 6m as well as to positive 5. So negative 3 times 6m minus 3 times 5 and bringing down that minus 2. So negative 3 times 6m is negative 18m. Negative 3 times a positive 5 is negative 15. And then minus 2. So in this case, we should see that we have some constants that we can combine. So we have a negative 15 as a constant, as well as a negative 2 that is a constant. So we can combine our constants together. So when we simplify this, we would have negative 18m, and negative 15 minus 2 would give us negative 17. So negative 18m minus 17 is that expression simplified. So the back side of your notes page is for you to practice the distributive property in combining like terms. So pause the video until you're finished working out the practice problems and then push play to reveal the answers. So on the you do problems, the first two, you should end up with 16g minus 32 and negative 18y plus 12. So make sure that you have accurate notes, and if not, go back and make corrections. On the middle two, you should end up with 20a minus 20 and negative 20k plus 24. The next set, you should have negative 24h minus 12 and negative 27c minus 45. And the last pair, you should have 48x plus 54 and 14b plus 28. So if you have any questions about these problems, don't hesitate to ask if you need help.